YouTube, what's happening? It's your boy T Walls back with another video. Today we are checking out my boy's channel, Urmaker. What he does is he has like a whole lot of people sending him stories and everything. What he does is he kind of like puts some of them together, narrates them and everything, and sometimes he adds sound effects and stuff. But I've been listening to this guy for a while. I love his I love how he just gets the stories out there, man. You know, he's not boring with it. Like I heard like a lot of people that's boring, man. He's sitting there like, dang, you know, they're not adding any, you know, any pizzazz, any sauce to the voice and everything. But this dude does a good job. I haven't been on his channel quite some time, though, I had to admit. But I used to listen to him all the time, and I had those boring jobs. Just put my headphones in and just listen to it. But I'm gonna put his channel and the link to this video in the description below, so you guys can go ahead and check him out. Subscribe to him, subscribe to me. Let's get started.
2 years ago, I moved to uptown Dallas to a 3-story brownstone.
Oh, by the way, these are true stories from Reddit, so he is reading them from Reddit. So this isn't his stories, but this is his subscribers or whatever, or he's just reading them like something. Yeah.
It was really close to the freeway and downtown, but the entrance to my garage and my place were both gated, so I felt quite safe.
Yeah, they safe and gated.
The first level was a small study, the garage, and an entry hall. The second floor was a dining area, kitchen, and a living room, and the upstairs was a master bedroom and bathroom.
Dang, I got money like that?
I'm a single woman, and it was just me and my 2 little dogs.
Dang, so you got money like that.
The night I moved in, I was on my computer late at night when someone started ringing my doorbell. Not just one ring, but repeated rings. I don't know a soul in the city yet, so I didn't answer the door.
Yeah, good move.
It stopped, and I didn't think anything of it. The houses all looked alike, so someone probably had the wrong place. About 10 minutes later, the same thing, followed by pounding on the door. I stood at the top of the stairs watching to make sure that whoever was there had left, and not sure what to do. The bell and pounding stopped, so I assumed they left, but my 2 dogs were still standing at the door, looking up at the handle and wagging their tails. They knew someone was still out there.
Yeah, they want to, yep.
The door was deadlocked, thank God, because what happened next gives me chills. I saw the door handle turn, slowly. I called 911, and within a few minutes cops showed up.
Dang, you real rich, they showing up that quick.
By then, but my welcome mat was all wet.
I call the cops like that, they're gonna try to come over here and kill me.
The police did not seem too concerned and said someone was probably drunk and just at the wrong house.
No, I don't think so.
I locked up and went to bed.
Like she's a single woman by herself and all that? Somebody's trying to get in there.
Months later. There was a park across the street, so I took my dogs there a few times a day. One afternoon, I took my dogs on a long walk.
That's probably where he's seen them. Probably stalking. This stuff is scary, y'all.
45 minutes later, something seemed off. There was a strong smell of men's cologne in my entryway.
Ooh,
I thought it was weird.
He was there
It
again.
was my neighbor's cologne wafting through the walls. A single guy lived next door to me, and a guy and a girl on the other side.
Wait, why don't you get with the single guy?
I
Y'all
went
can.
upstairs and was cleaned up when I noticed something really weird. There was a $1 bill, folded lengthwise, laying on top of my open purse.
A $1 bill? Come on.
I never carry cash, and on the rare occasion
He
that
trying
I
to get you with $1?
I certainly don't fold them lengthwise. I did not know what to do.
He probably put his phone number in there too. Hold on.
It made so little sense. I just assumed I must have somehow had $1 and ended up putting it like that. A few weeks later, I woke up early in the afternoon on a Saturday after a late night out. I went downstairs to make some tea, and when I got in my sugar substitute, I found another $1 bill folded lengthwise, just sitting in the cabinet. At this point,
is crazy. He's in the house. He is in the crib. He is in the crib.
Maybe justify the first one, but not the second. I had been in and out of
so
that
$2. $2 so
and
far,
that
you guys.
bill had not been there.
Man.
I called the management office and asked if a maintenance man had been there. They said no one had been to my place since I had moved in and asked them to hook up my washer. I told them I thought someone had been in my house. They changed my locks, which made me feel better. I started sleeping with my bedroom door locked and with a big old can of bear spray by my bed.
Yeah, where's the gun? Where's the heater, girl? Come on. I know y'all be having them guns.
Nothing had been stolen from my house, ever. I tried to tell myself it wasn't a big deal.
He just want to steal your heart.
Locks. I was overreacting, but I never felt very safe in my place again. I didn't have any more dollar bill incidents until my lease ended after 15 months, and
That's
I was
crazy.
packing up. I started finding random dollar bills.
You worth $1 to him? $1?
Behind a photo of my family on the wall, a dollar bill folded lengthwise was taped. In my bathroom, another one under the sink.
Okay, so
And
four
another random one on the floor that must have fallen out of something the movers moved.
$5, man, hot and ready, Little Caesars.
Every dollar I found,
Get you one of them.
So sick. I'm not sure if it was related to that first night when someone tried to get in, but someone was in there with my dogs, who are everything to me.
Now, how you breaking in somebody's house and leaving stuff for them? You usually break in to like steal something or something like that's. Let's dive in some more, you guys.
In my house, pawing through my things to hide these random dollars. The people I've told don't believe me or make jokes about it. Example, maybe they borrowed 4 quarters. So I don't really tell anyone. But I know someone had been in there more than once. Why, and how, and what the dollars were for, I will never know.
If I borrow 4 quarters, that is $1. That's all I'm giving you back. No interest.
Oddly enough, it happened to me again. 2 years later, just 2 weeks ago, in a new apartment and a new state. Only this time, whoever came in ended up opening all of my blinds and left a large cardboard tube across my bedroom doorway. Same story. Maintenance swears no one came in and there was no reason any of them would even have a cardboard tube like that.
Yeah, like
the maintenance manager changed my locks and suggested that I buy a gun.
But
I am starting to feel insane.
Surprised you have one already.
I wonder if this thing is a common occurrence and people just don't notice.
You gotta have a heater these days, man. People are stupid. I like the little transition noise.
It's been a couple of years since this happened, but it still bothers me to this day. I was in college and I lived in a house with 5 roommates. I lived on the 2nd floor, and the way it was set up is important.
Yo, what is this?
There were 4 bedrooms on the 2nd floor.
Get that out the way, I was watching the fire.
2 of the bedrooms each shared a bathroom, which was accessible only by the bedrooms, not in the hall.
Okay.
So I could walk through the bathroom into my roommate's room and vice versa. My door had both a handle lock and a deadbolt, which I used every single night because it was a habit I'd had since freshman year. Because in dorms, drunk roommates or floormates tend to wander in or wreak havoc if you don't.
A floormate coming in? I never lived in a dorm, you guys.
Didn't have a lock,
see,
so I could...
Look. I never been in a dorm. I've been in them, but like I never lived in there. If I'm in there knocking some ankles loose and some drunk random person that lives on the floor comes in here, we gonna have problems. You getting these hands? You getting this work, man? No, you can't be doing that, man.
Never secure that. One of my roommates had her boyfriend visiting, and he'd brought a friend with him. I hadn't spoken to the friend or gotten to know him at all, and I didn't really have any opportunities to since I didn't hang out in the common areas of the house, and frequently didn't even sleep there because I was casually seeing someone at the time.
Okay, I respect that.
My first interaction with him was about 2 days into his visit. I was coming home at around 6 a.m. from the house of the guy I was seeing, and I walked into the living room. When I came in, the visitor was alone and shirtless in my kitchen, which is open to the living room. He didn't even say hello. He just angrily asked me, "Where were you?"
Hold up.
Taken aback because he sounded like a jealous boyfriend. But I told him I had been at my boyfriend's house, and he said, "You didn't tell me you had a boyfriend." Well,
because that's my business.
I told him. I'd never spoken to him. I made a weird face at him and went upstairs.
He drunk.
And didn't see him again for the rest of the day. I slept in my own room that same night, deadbolt secure. I woke up at around 7 the next morning to him entering my room from the bathroom.
What?
Before I could say anything, he saw that he had woke me up and said, "Sorry, I was looking for the bathroom." I replied,
"Wait, didn't you just pass it?"
"Well, you're standing in it."
Or he's standing in it. Come on.
And he retreated and closed the door. I didn't think much of it at the time because I was groggy, and I just fell back to sleep.
You better have that gun under your
Now,
pillow.
despite all that, up to this point he didn't really creep me out. He just seemed weird.
Of course.
But later that day is
They
when
all
it
weird.
got worse. I came home from my classes and went up to my room. He followed me and let himself into my room without knocking. The door had been closed, and I made it clear that that wasn't okay. But he was being friendly, so we chatted normally for a couple of minutes because I didn't want to be rude. Then he decided to say, "I think you're the one. The first moment I saw you, I knew you were the one. And you're going to marry me."
Ooh, he demanded
Obviously,
it?
I was taken
Run.
aback by this, as this was only our third interaction and we'd spoken for maybe 2 minutes total.
Oh my
I
god.
told him that I had no interest in marrying him, that I wasn't even attracted to him.
You
and
can't
I told
blame him for
to leave me
trying.
alone.
You guys, you
Now.
can't blame him for trying.
I decided to leave and called the guy I was seeing and told him what was going on.
Oh,
And
he
he
gonna
told me
co-
I could stay at his house until Weirdo left.
I thought he was coming over with the
A
burner.
couple of days go by and this weirdo was supposed to have left for good, so I went back to my house. I slept in my room that night with the door locked as usual. I woke up to hear someone trying to come in through my main door, but just thought it was one of my mini roommates.
Nope, it's
Then I
old
heard
boy.
the
He's trying to
bathroom
get some of
door
that
open and
neck.
someone walk into my room. I rolled over and he was standing maybe a foot away from my bed and said, "Hey, beautiful, where have you been?" I said,
Oh
"Weren't
my
you
god.
supposed to leave? Why the fuck are you in my room?"
Ooh,
I wanted to wait for you to come home.
cuss
I
him out
couldn't
like
leave
that.
without saying goodbye. And then he tried to climb into my bed with me and kept touching me while saying, "Scoot over.
Oh,
I want to say
forget
goodbye
that,
properly."
man.
To which I started yelling,
See, these are the type of guys that mess it up for somebody like me, man. We get treated like we're doing this stuff, and all we be asking for most of the time is a proper, like, just a regular date, man. They start, man.
"Get the fuck out of my room. I didn't invite you in. Leave now." I smacked his hands away from me and he
You're
got
making it
upset,
harder for all of
but
us out
left
here,
without
y'all.
much of a fight. I immediately left my house and went to my boyfriend's. The guy did finally leave later that morning. Afterward, I told my
Good.
friend what her guest had done, and she said, "Well, you must have let him on then." Which then prompted me to ask her how I could have let him on if I'd never even had a conversation with him.
Right.
She then proceeded to blame all his actions on me and tell me that I should have been flattered and given him the chance. I
But
just walked away
you
from her
got
at
a
that
man,
point
man.
and
She's
never talked to her again
stupid.
that year,
See?
and haven't sent.
And then you got the dumb girls like this in the world, man. Like, it's just hard it's hard for us out here, man.
since.
I'm gonna marry me a
The
grandma or
next
something.
day, despite me yelling profanities at him and telling him how creepy he was when I'd seen him last in my bedroom, the guy still decided to follow me on Facebook and try to add me.
Yeah, what's his ad name? What's
Blocked
your
me
ad name?
immediately. If you enjoyed this video, do your thing. You know what to do, Dash. You don't need me to tell you.
Y'all know what to do.
If you would like to help support the channel, make sure you check out the sponsor button down by the subscribe button. That will give you quite a few cool perks. One of those being a custom badge for the channel.
Yeah, there's the stuff right
another
there,
being
guys. Check it
custom
out.
emotes
Check it out.
during the live stream.
I'm go ahead and pause it here so you guys can go ahead and look at that and like, share, and or subscribe to, you know, whatever he's got going on. Listen to, you know, just do your thing over there. And if you guys like what I am doing, go ahead and like, share, and or subscribe. This is just one of many. I'm going to keep doing this, especially with Urmaker, because I like how he does his whole story things. And yeah, you guys, that's it for this video, and I'm going to see you guys in the next